Okay, so the first of the selling 7 is what we call the 80% video. And this one is tremendous for potential customers and potential recruits. So, I want you to think for a second. When you meet with a potential customer, what percentage of the questions you get, again, this is assuming it's the same product or service, right? What percentage of the questions you get are essentially the same questions every single time? Or when you're meeting with a potential recruit, what percentage of the questions are the same almost every single time? Well, my guess is you're probably saying something like 70, 75, 80%, hence the 80% video. So how does the 80% video work? So here's what you want to do. You want to choose the major products and services that you sell. Now with those, you'll say, okay, do a brainstorm under each. What are the major questions we know we're probably going to get every single time? Because everybody here, anybody that's in sales, if you're in sales, you've experienced this. You go to a sales meeting, you just know what you're going to get asked. And you also have certain questions that when you are asked those questions, you're saying to yourself, how do they not already know this? They really should know this. Oh my goodness, this is probably going to be a long sales appointment. Oh my goodness, this could be really frustrating because they're not where they need to be yet. I know it varies from industry to industry, but you get my point. So what if we could eliminate those questions? What if they already knew the answers to those questions, but they had already seen it from us? They had already heard it from us. How would those sales appointments or those job interviews be different? Yeah. And what would the perception of that customer or recruit be different? Would they see you differently than your competitors? Of course they would see you differently. So here's what you want to do. You do the brainstorm of the major questions and choose 7 to 10 questions per each product or service that you sell. Again, 7 to 10 questions. Why 7 to 10? Because we found that's the best number, okay? 7 is enough meat. You get much more than 10. You run the risk of being giving a little bit too much information. And here's what you want to do. You want to create one video that thoroughly addresses those 7 to 10 questions. Now, you might already be thinking to yourself, Marcus, that sounds like it's going to be a long video, and I heard all videos should be short online. Well, one of the dumbest recommendations I've ever read online is that all videos should be short. Because the fact of the matter is, if somebody is getting ready to make a multi-million-dollar decision, they don't want to make a mistake, and they're certainly willing to watch more than a couple minutes of video. We've seen this in industries all over the world without exception. If somebody's looking to change their careers, or change their companies, or change their industries, do you think they're willing to spend a little bit of time to make sure they don't make a mistake? Of course, the answer is yes. So this is the essence of the 80% video. Generally speaking, they're going to be somewhere between 5 to 15 minutes long. Could it go longer? Yes. You don't want to waste words, but you want to be thorough enough to answer the questions well. Now, the key is once you produce these videos, let's say it's for your sales appointments, you want to integrate them into your sales process. So in other words, your sales team should do what's necessary to ensure that the potential customer views the video before you actually meet with them. The same with the potential recruit. Somebody's vetting you, they might want to work for you, they can watch this video before the initial interview. That way, everyone is further down what you might call the funnel when you have that first conversation, that first meeting. And again, trust is higher because the human-to-human element has already been established. Just by doing an 80% video, you can literally revolutionize your sales appointments. You can dramatically change your job interviews. And so start thinking about, okay, what are those major questions? How many have we shown, addressed over video? How many could we be addressing? Probably all of them. Let's start producing them, integrating into that sales process, and it's going to make a massive difference.